everyone, and welcome back. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about literally how to take 5 strokes off your score without even hitting a ball, okay? So what do I mean by this? See, a lot of people, they don't understand their pre-shot routine, but remember, if you like this video, hit the like button, helps me out with the algorithm, and make sure you subscribe, because a lot of the information you're going to get on this channel, you're not going to get anywhere else. And I mean that, okay? But look, I said that I'm going to show you how to take 5 strokes off your score without even hitting a ball. See, what this has to do with is a little bit about our pre-shot routine, okay? And I don't mean checking your swing and all this stuff. It's literally what's going on when you're behind the ball. Now, we know that, you know, everybody that's watching this channel, that I reference a lot of things to Mr. Hogan, no more secrets, right? Well, let's pretend there's a ball up here. So up here somewhere. So Mr. Hogan would come in to the ball if the ball was up here, and he'd come in from this angle like this, and then he'd step into it and he'd get his, you know, alignment set and all these different things. Well, what I want to show you, I don't want you to do that, because that, you know, until you get skilled at what I'm going to show you, then you can implement how Mr. Hogan went into the ball. But right now, I want to explain something to you. When you stand up straight and your weight is on both of your feet, you feel pretty balanced, right? So for a right-handed golfer, that would be me, when I stand behind the ball, let's pretend the ball's up there somewhere and I'm looking down the fairway and I'm trying to pick my target. I, being a right-handed golfer, this has nothing to do with right eye dominant, left eye dominant. That's kind of BS. But when I stand behind the ball, I'm going to put this club right in front of me. And when I stand behind the ball, being a right-handed golfer, I have to have my weight on my left foot, the majority of it. See how I can pick up my right foot? Now look at the center of this club face, okay? It's right in the center of me right now. So if I'm standing behind the ball, being a right-handed golfer, watch what happens. I put my weight on my right. See how that club just shifted off this way a little bit? So now I'm going to put my weight on my left, and look how it comes back to you. I'm going to put my weight on my right, and it shifts over at like 3 to 4 degrees. And it's just because of the way that our bodies are built, okay? So now the next thing, so remember this, when you're standing behind the ball and you're picking your flight line and you're like, okay, cool, I got it. Right-handed golfer, make sure you have your weight on your left foot. For a left-handed golfer, make sure you have your weight on your right foot. It's as plain as that, okay? Then what I want you to do, again, the ball being up here, okay? So I'm going to stand behind the ball. I'm going to put my weight on my left. Then the ball being in front of me, so there's our straight line, right? So the ball's in front of me here. Then what I want you to do is I want you to say, okay, I'm right here. I want you to turn your body 30 degrees, right-handed golfer. This would be opposite for a left-handed golfer. I want you to turn your chest 30 degrees for a right-handed golfer, it's going to be 30 degrees to the left. And then what I want you to do is I want you to walk until you become parallel with the golf ball. So the golf ball is going to be here now. Now I just want you to turn your body, and then I want you to walk into the shot. And what you're going to realize is this type of a pattern, it's really like you're walking a little triangle. That's all it comes down to. So the ball's in front of me, my weight's on my left. I'm going to turn, there's the ball up here. I'm going to turn 30 degrees to the left, so I'm focused here. I'm going to turn 30 degrees to the left. I'm going to walk this line. Then when I get here, I'm not going to round out. I'm just going to rotate my whole body, and then I'm going to come into the ball. And then from here, what I'm going to do, because my rifle at this point, because I'm parallel with everything, I'm going to point my rifle to you. And then when my rifles point to you, I'm right here every single time. Pretty simple. So when you can establish this, okay, you are really going to change your game. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to take 5 strokes off your score immediately without you ever hitting a ball. It's just the way that we're coming in. So a lot of people have their pre-shot routines where they're doing something with the club. The bottom line is we have to get our eyes, which are our optics, our binoculars, if you will. We have to get our optics to match up with the shifting of our body. And a lot of times, a lot of people, they stand behind the ball and they're looking at it like this and they're doing all this stuff and they think that, hey, I got my line. But in reality, if I'm standing on my left, I've got it. The second I put any weight on my right, it shifts. So now my brain is going, Chris, you want to go there, but the way your eyes and your body work, man, we're going from here, which is about 4 or 5 degrees, to the right of where we want to go, but that 4 or 5 degrees now turns into 30 or 40 degrees right of where you're trying to go. So then when you're making these motions, your brain knows, okay, so you walked up into the ball, you didn't do it the way that I showed you. You get up here, your brain saw the mental picture of it going right, even though you thought it was going this way. And then your hands go and you swing out, or you try to manipulate it at the last second and pull it through. So just remember, this is just the way it works, guys. Stand behind the ball. Right-handed, put your weight on your left foot. If you're left-handed, which I'm not, see how if I'm here, there's my weight on my left. I put my weight on my right, and it will shift. And all you have to do is pick up a club or anything, put it right on your belt buckle and go, okay, I'm on my left foot. I feel the pressure on my left foot. Now I shift and put it on the right. And you will see for yourself how this club goes from here and it moves to here. But when I put it on my left, this club goes from here and it comes right into the center. And then seriously, walk the triangle, turn, face, come into the ball. Now point the rudder the rifle where you want to go. And then all of a sudden you'll be like this, and then you can just make these triggers, and you know the game is really going to become a wonderful experience, because setup is the most important part of it. But how do we get set up properly is what I'm teaching you to do. And this pattern, if you just walk the little triangle, you're here, you're behind the ball, you're going to turn your body 30 degrees to the left for a right-handed player, be the opposite for a left. We're going to walk that triangle until I know that I'm parallel with the ball back here. Then I'm going to turn my body like this. I'm going to walk into it. I'm going to get set up. Now I'm going to point my rudder wherever I want to go, because now pretty much my center is parallel with that golf ball. So now I can move a closed stance, open stance, but everything is in reference to that golf ball. And now I can point my rudder. So all of a sudden now my brain sees my intended line of where I want to go to. And there's no distortion in anything that we're doing. So give it a shot. Let me know how it works, because I promise you, you do this, you're going to take 5 strokes off your score, no matter what, because your brain sees the correct picture of the lines that you're trying to pick, and now you know how to do this pre-shot routine, which is basically establishing the pattern, 30 degrees to the left for a right-handed player, turn and face it to where now I'm square, walk into it, point the rifle, and then pull the trigger. Pretty simple to do. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video.